Have you ever reached a moment in life where everything felt heavy, where each day felt harder than the last, and you found yourself wondering, why is this happening to me? If you've ever felt that way, stay with me, because the story I'm about to tell you might change the way you see struggle forever. Once, far out in the middle of a burning desert, there lived a tiny sparrow, a weak, exhausted little bird. The desert heat was brutal, the sand felt like fire. There was no water, no food, no shelter. The sparrow's feathers had fallen off. Her wings had lost all their strength. She couldn't fly. She could barely walk. And every night, fear surrounded her as the sky turned dark. One afternoon, when the sun was at its hottest, the little sparrow lay under the thin shade of a rock, hardly alive. In the distance, she noticed someone walking toward her. As he came closer, she saw it was a young monk traveling alone through the desert. His face looked tired from his long journey, yet there was a calmness in his steps. Gathering the tiny bit of strength she still had, the sparrow called out weakly, "Oh, monk, where are you going?" The monk knelt beside her, his eyes filled with kindness. "I'm going to meet my master," he told her softly. "He lives on the other side of this desert, a wise man, a man of truth. But tell me, how did you end up in such pain?" The sparrow lowered her small head and said, "Life has beaten me down. I'm weak. I can't fly. I have no food, no water, no home. Tell me, when will my suffering end?" The monk felt his heart sink. Still he promised, "When I return, I'll bring you your answer." And the sparrow whispered, "I will wait." The monk continued his journey and eventually reached his master's small cottage. He bowed and shared the sparrow's story. "Master," he said, "she is suffering more than she can bear. She wants to know when her pain will end." The old master closed his eyes. The room filled with silence. After several long moments, he opened his eyes and said quietly, 10 more years of suffering are written in her destiny." The monk froze in disbelief. 10 years, master? She cannot survive 10 more days! There has to be a way to help her. The master placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. "There is one way," he said. "Tell her to thank God, sincerely, with her whole heart, in every situation. Whether she is hungry, thirsty, lonely, or weak, let her say, 'Thank you for everything.' Gratitude has the power to stop the heart from drowning in pain." On his way back, the monk found the sparrow waiting for him, trembling with fear and hope. "What did the master say?" she asked. The monk took a deep breath. He said, "You have 10 more years of suffering." The sparrow's body trembled, and tears filled her eyes. 10 years? I can't survive even 10 more days." The monk knelt beside her gently. "But he also gave you a way out," he said softly. "In every moment, no matter what happens, say, 'Thank you for everything.' Say it, honestly, from your heart." The sparrow didn't understand it. None of it made sense. But she had nothing left. No strength, no hope, no future. So she whispered, "I'll try." And she did. When the sand burned her tiny feet, she whispered, "Thank you for everything." When her throat was dry and her body felt weak, she said, "Thank you for everything." When she felt lonely and forgotten, she still whispered, "Thank you for everything." Days passed. Slowly, something began to change. Her feathers started to grow again. Her body felt lighter. Her strength slowly returned. Then one day, dark clouds rolled over the desert. Rain began pouring down like a blessing. The desert turned green. A pond formed. Seeds appeared. Life returned. The sparrow drank water, ate the fresh seeds, and felt her wings fill with energy again. And for the first time in a long time, she lifted herself off the ground and flew. She flew like she had never flown before. Weeks later, when the monk returned and saw her soaring happily in the sky, he ran back to his master. "Master, you said 10 years of suffering, but she healed in just a few weeks." The master smiled gently and said, "Yes, 10 years were written, but gratitude rewrote the story. When a heart is truly thankful, suffering cannot hold on. Gratitude burns away pain." My friends, every one of us faces seasons where life feels dry, empty and heavy, just like that desert. But the sparrow teaches us something powerful. Life doesn't change when problems disappear. Life changes when our mindset changes. Complaining grows pain. Gratitude shrinks it. When we learn to say thank you, even in the middle of our hardest moments, our heart becomes stronger, our mind becomes clearer, and slowly, our life begins to bloom again. Even deserts can become gardens. If this story touched your heart today, please hit the like button. Share it with someone who needs hope. And subscribe so you never miss more inspiring stories like this. Your support truly helps this channel grow. Until next time, stay strong, stay grateful, and stay blessed.